Hey everyone, welcome to day 2 of 40 days of self-love during Venus retrograde in Leo. I am outside by the pool today. It's a very Leo feeling kind of a vibe. And for the next 12 days, I'm going to be talking about the best way each rising sign can take advantage of this retrograde, starting with Leo, because the retrograde is in your sign. So for those of you guys who are a Leo rising, this is an excellent time to reflect on you. What most supports you? What is the best way for you to go about doing things and really connecting with your identity? There's some different ways that you can connect with this energy, and I'll give you some lighter ways that you can do this, as well as how you can go a little bit deeper. So you want to basically combine the energy of Venus and Leo. So Venus is about support, maintaining things that feel good for you and your physical body, that support your physical body. And it's about managing your resources and doing it in a way that's really harmonious and beneficial for you. And Leo is in your first house, which is about you. It's about the best way for you to navigate your life. It's about your physical body and your energy level and things of that nature. So because any retrograde is an excellent time to be reflecting, take this time to think about how you initiate things, how you move about in the world, and do you do it in a way that is inspiring? Do you do it in a way that gives you confidence, in a way that's creative, something that's unique to who you are? Because that's what you're meant to do in this incarnation. Now, depending on other aspects, if you have Saturn here, which can sort of mute this energy, create chronic fears, especially before the age of like 30, 36, where Saturn, like 36 years old is when Saturn matures. Or if your sun is in a challenging aspect, this may be something that's a little bit more difficult for you. And if this is the case, this can be a time to reflect on, okay, what are some things that are difficult for you as far as how to show up, put yourself in the spotlight, to doing things in a way that feels the most confident and good for you by really committing to how you feel is one of the best ways for Leo risings to take advantage of this Venus retrograde in your sign. Now, if this is something that's difficult for you, Venus, like when a planet is retrograding, the energy is slowing down, so it gives you a chance to really connect with it. So explore, what can you do? How can you create more confidence? How can you be more energized and optimistic? How can you do things in a way that's uniquely you? Take this time to reflect on that. And the best way to connect with that energy can be to get more grounded, to look at the things that support you, connect with your five senses, do things that are inspiring for you. And if you don't feel comfortable putting yourself in the spotlight, you can still expose yourself to some of those Venusian Leo themes. Put on some fun music. Put on some song that you like and dance. And it doesn't have to be publicly. This can be in your own home. This is just something that like exposes you to that energy. Go out into the sun. Witness people performing. If you live in LA, there's a bunch of concerts going on at a lot of parks now. So this can be something where you just kind of like put yourself in these fun social settings, even if you don't necessarily want to interact with others. But just kind of looking at how can you make things more enjoyable? What are some better ways for you to initiate things that are ultimately going to be really beneficial for you? And looking at your sun placement is really great. And even after this retrograde is over, just in general, because you're ruled by the sun, taking a look and monitoring where the sun is transiting, the sign that it's in, can be a way to really support you and celebrate yourself in that area of your life. So, for example, when the sun goes into Virgo, then this can be a time that you put yourself in the spotlight by being supportive of other people, by offering practical insights, things of that nature, where you're still putting yourself in the spotlight, but the way that you do it can have a little bit of a shift for you. So this is just some ideas to work with and explore. Now, if you want to just keep it light, or you want to just, whether, you can do both of them, one of them, whatever feels good for you. But this is also the time to sort of think about what makes you feel good. And if you were lucky enough to have a fun childhood, and you can think about what you enjoyed as a child, bring some of that back into your life? How can you make it more enjoyable? Bring sort of that childlike wonder into your life. If you have a tiara or bubbles or something that's fun, maybe do something like that. And this can be especially beneficial for those of you guys who are very much connected with your creativity, putting yourself in the spotlight. And with Venus retrograding, you might not feel as strong of a connection, and this might make you feel a little disconnected from yourself, and you might feel like a little bit of like a dip in your energy level. And if that's the case, go back to your best flashbacks. What are the things that you've done in the past that have made you really creative, inspiring, things that you enjoyed? You don't have to necessarily create new content and create new creative projects to light, which is less of the energy of retrograde, but connecting with what you once loved. And this is really beautiful because Venus is about resources, and in the consumerism capitalistic society we live in, there's this idea that like we want and should get more, have more, consume. And that's not really necessarily the key to happiness, and in fact that can actually deviate you and disrupt your connection to happiness. So instead of looking at new things to accumulate and new things to do, go back to what has brought you joy in the past and how can you bring that back? Whether that's creative art, dancing, music, singing. This can be fun, creative ways to style yourself, makeup, things of that nature. And maybe do something fun for yourself. Put some of your favorite outfits together and have a little mini photo shoot. Like, it doesn't have to be some big thing where you have to hire someone and rebudget your finances to make this happen. It can be if that's something that feels aligned to you. But it can literally just be you propping your phone and taking really cute pictures and looking at like what makes you feel good in your body, what makes you feel comfortable. This can be maybe cooking something. If you are a Leo rising with the Venus retrograding here and you're a Cancer sun sign, maybe what brings you joy is to cook, but it's something that is maybe something that you have some fears around, and this can be a great time to channel that. It can also be about enjoying delicious food, going out. There's so many great things that you can do during this Venus retrograde, and it's just a matter of exploring what it is that makes you feel good and looking at how can you incorporate more of that into your life, not just right now, but like consistently, because Leo is a fixed sign. So this is an excellent time to really look at what does that look like for you. How can you incorporate that in a way that's really going to be fun? And if you want some ideas, the video that I made yesterday, I shared with you some fun projects and creative crafts that I do called musical painting. So if you haven't watched that video, go ahead and check it out. I also talk about how you can connect with your inner child. And I also combine how to take advantage of Mars in Virgo. Now, for the next 11 days, I'm going to be talking about the best way for each rising sign to take advantage of this retrograde. So if you want first dibs, comment below with your rising sign, and tomorrow I'll go in chronological order. I'll talk about whatever video that, whatever rising sign that you make a request for. And thanks so much for watching this video, and if you want more insights, you're welcome to book a reading with me so that I can give you some personalized insight. Just go to my website. Thanks so much for watching, and have a beautiful Leo Sunday. Bye!